hello again, and welcome to Roland's Reviews. So glad to be with you again today. It is a beautiful Sunday, and I hope that all is well with you and your family. Do me one small favor, please, as you enter the chat room. Hit that little thumb. That is the like button that tells YouTube that you are enjoying the content, and I'm sure that you will. We don't mean to beat a dead horse, but every time Trump can give her a jab, it makes my day. And so I'm going to show you what Trump posted on Facebook. It's a post from Trump from yesterday. So, um, and I don't know about you, but I just want her to be gone already. I am sick and tired of Ilhan Omar. I'm done. Okay, I'm ready for her to leave ASAP. Tina, I can't either. I'm over her. Okay. And so let me go over this. I won't be before you long, but I will most assuredly be strong. Let me go ahead and do the excuse me, roll call before I forget. Tijuana, border jumper, how are you doing? So Tijuana's here. My girls, the troublemaker is here. Dorian is here. How are you? Nemo has been found. He, of course, is here. Tina, thank you for being here as well, love. Greg, hello. All of the usuals, I appreciate your support. And regardless, like I told you, regardless of what YouTube does, I will still be here because I enjoy the community that we've built. And I really enjoy interacting with all of you. And hey, I can't help what they do. We can only control what's in our power. So I can still come here. We can still discuss issues that are pertinent to America. All right. So here we go. Let me share this with you. And for those that don't know, Senator Joni Ernst, a Republican from Iowa, flagged the earmark after discovering that Generation Hope, Minnesota. Now we know, I don't need to tell you about all the scamming that has been unraveling there, not only in Minnesota, we know California. And like we discussed here on the channel, it's all over America. It's just a matter of time. It's taking time to unearth some of these situations, but it's all over. Okay. And it is. So anyway, again, that's her name, Joni Ernst, the Republican from Iowa. She flagged the earmark after discovering that Generation Hope in Minnesota listed its address as a space above Seagull Restaurant in Minneapolis. Now, you know, anything that they have listed, well, you have to go check it out because we know it's probably fraud. Just about everything that they do is fraudulent. So has to be checked out. How you doing, Tuesday? Robert, how are you, love? I'm wondering why the DOJ isn't going. Robert, they're moving too slow for me. As I just told Tina, I want her gone like now. I am done. I'm over. Yes, Robert. Yes, I wish Trump would just go ahead and just deport her. So anyway. Organizational red flags. Reports indicated that the nonprofit's 3 directors shared the same residential address, according to IRS filings. Additionally, the group has only filed 1 tax return since its 2021 incorporation and did not appear in Minnesota's state charities database. Boom. Now, again, we can understand very clearly why the Democrats were trying to retain power. They knew that the money train would end. Okay. And we know had the Curry Queen won, none of this would be exposed. It would just be business as usual. Yes, Nemo, it sounds exactly like Black Lives Matter. You're right. So, excuse me, removal of funds. Senator Ernst spearheaded an amendment to redirect the $1 million to a Department of Justice account for fraud prevention. All right. The earmark was subsequently removed from the federal spending bill by House Republicans. So thank God. The controversy occurred amid heightened scrutiny of federal program fraud in Minnesota, specifically the Feeding Our Future scandal, where over 70 individuals were charged with siphoning $250 million in pandemic aid. While Rep. Omar has faced criticism for her ties to some individuals involved in that separate case, including a former campaign staffer who pleaded guilty, she has, of course, denied wrongdoing and stated that her office has returned. Look at this. Her office has returned related campaign donations. So she said we've done nothing wrong. So if you did nothing wrong, why did you return related campaign donations? So yeah, there's that. How you doing, Baldwin? And again, I am so over these people and their fraud. Again, we welcomed them into this country because of their war-torn S-hole country. And this is how they repaid America. They have scammed America into oblivion. Yes, Tina. Yes, yes, yes. And so Dorian, yes, he did. So let me take this down. I wanted to show you Trump's post from a day ago. And again, folks, and I'm going to show you some other fraud going on. Yes, Nemo. Yes, Nemo. I'm with you 100%. Okay. Hopefully everyone can hear and see everything clearly. So this was from President Trump. Ilhan Omar's $1 million taxpayer cash grab to fake Somali clinic shut down by Republicans. Yes. Yes, Dorian, she can go too. Nemo, yeah, we're to that point. Again, they have scammed America into oblivion. And I just read this to you about Republican, and I know some of you are just joining us. Welcome to the chat. Joni Ernst, she exposed it. In a Fox News appearance, Ernst revealed how Omar tried to sneak $1 million in federal earmarks, taxpayer money. So now I don't say sneak, I say steal, into a spending bill for a so-called substance abuse clinic run by a Somali-led group called Generation Hope. And we know it's all a lie. And look at the catch. The clinic operates out of space above a Somali restaurant in Minneapolis, and IRS filings, which I just read, I'm just reading it again because we just had some people to join the chat, list all list the exact same residential address, red flags everywhere. Yeah. And thank God, Ernst didn't let it slide. She flagged the earmark, and Republicans stripped it from the bill. So that's good that she actually read every single line. Tina, yes, if the Curry Queen had won, we would be a third world country by now. We wouldn't know of all of these scams. There's no way. The scamming would be business as usual. I was able to get that earmark pulled from the bill, but this is just one example of why we need to have more oversight when it comes to these community project funding requests, formerly known as earmarks. We need to make sure that the money that we're sending back home to our communities is actually going to legitimate projects and not some fly-by-night operation that may be questionable. This is classic Washington waste. Democrats pushing questionable handouts while taxpayers foot the bill. So that's you and me. Ernst and House Republicans stop the grift cold. Yes. Time for real accountability. No more easy money flowing to bad actors on the taxpayers' dime. And and if you read the more, I'm impressed someone actually read the bill to find, they're realizing dealing with these people, they have to read every single line. Oh, Robert, what a joke. Yeah, I did see that. Oh my God. How you doing, Descendants? How are you? Hello, welcome. Hit the like button. If you have Facebook or any other form of social media, share this stream out. Descendants, you just joined us. I want them gone like now. I am so sick and tired of these people. All right, so I have that for you. And then I also wanted to share, California, all of their fraud is being exposed. So it's all coming out. I love it. And again, just like I know that had the Curry Queen won, we wouldn't know about any of this. She wasn't going to say anything. The Democrats weren't going to say anything. So thank God it's all being released. Oh, yeah, Dorian, Trump said who cares or something like that. I'm not just paraphrasing. Trump was like, I'm glad he's dead or something. Look, Trump has no filter. So, hey, it is what it is. I just laugh at what he says because he's hilarious. He's a comedian. I love it. All right, so let's listen to this. And we know about Nick Shirley. He exposed the Leering Center and so many other fraudulent situations there in Minnesota. So he's hi, Descendants. So he's in California, and we know it's Ohio. It's all over, right? Listen to this.
After exposing massive fraud in Minnesota, independent journalist Nick Shirley is at it again, revealing today that his team uncovered more than $170 million in suspected fraud in Gavin Newsom's California. Meanwhile, a Fox investigation has exposed how criminals in Los Angeles are accused of targeting hospice funds meant for vulnerable seniors, with nearly 2,000 hospice providers in LA County alone. Critics say the system is being exploited on a staggering scale, and taxpayers, you're footing the bill for all of it. We did reach out to Gavin Newsom's office for comment on the recent allegations. They referred us to these posts on X, seemingly making a joke out of the whole situation, writing, quote, "Wow, Nick Shirley finds potential fraud in Donald Trump's federal Medicare system. Gavin Newsom imposed."
So look at this. So, and Newsom, he's as slimy as they come. So you see, he made sure he finds potential fraud in Donald Trump's federal Medicare system. Like he wasn't aware. I mean, they know what's going on, right? Come on.
The moratorium on new hospice licenses beginning in 2021. Gavin, maybe you should take these very real claims of fraud in your state. I know you're busy stalking Trump, podcaster, poster, author, world traveler, podcaster. Maybe you should get back to work. Here with more.
And I would love to see him. So supposedly he's preparing to run for president. They will eat him alive. I love it. Democrats, just continue to eat your own. Oh yeah, Dorian, they are complaining. Oh yeah, I'm hearing that too.
Independent journalist Nick Shirley. Okay, you said that what you discovered, the 40 minutes of fraud in Minnesota, that was big, and it was big. But this is much bigger. Tell us what you found.
Yeah, well, California is a lot bigger state than Minnesota, obviously, and they receive more money, and they also tax their people more than any other state in America, yet they allow more fraud to take place than any other state in America as well.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what exactly. Explain where you went, what you were looking for, what you found, and then we'll get to Gavin's response.
Yeah, so obviously their daycare system as well. There's just tons of fraud. These daycares have multiple violations, yet they continue to receive money through a program called CalWorks. And then let's talk about the hospice fraud, where you have 1,000% increase in hospices inside of just the LA area alone. $1 in $10 for home health care goes in America goes to the LA area. These fraudsters are driving around not just $100,000 cars, but literally $200,000 Maybachs, and they're just defrauding the American taxpayer like no other place I've ever seen. And they have no remorse for it. They drive around all these nice cars, wear designer clothing, you name it, and they're inside of these old motel looking like businesses, defrauding the taxpayer of quite literally millions and billions of dollars.
Now, Newsom's office tried to mock you. They posted a photo of a man carrying several cameras at a daycare center, and you're investigating whether or not there's fraud in daycare centers and hospice. And then they said, asking a teacher, hey, can I see your kids? You did not hold back in your response. I'll let you paraphrase your response. What did you say to Gavin?
Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to make me and paint me out to look like a legit pedophile. That's what they're trying to do. And what they're trying to do is then create a small group of their base to then hate Nick Shirley, which then justifies them to go in.
And just so you know, keep this young man in your prayers. So the threats against this young man, due to him exposing all of this fraud, it's unreal. I watched another video, and he's talked about how, I mean, it's getting worse by the day. They are threatening to unalive this guy because he's exposing millions and billions of dollars in fraud, and they don't want the money train to stop. But thank God it is stopping.
Attack Nick Shirley and do something to Nick Shirley, when in reality I'm working for both Republicans and Democrats, just exposing the fraud. I'm working on behalf of all American taxpayers because I'm sick of seeing this fraud in every single location that I go to.
You know, I applaud what you're doing. I mean, it's really amazing. And, you know, you're a young man. I think your future is going to be bright. You're a great investigative journalist, and you're doing a great service. What is amazing, for you, it's almost like a layup. You just show up to where these facilities are supposed to be. You're looking for kids. You're looking for the elderly, and you're not.
Yeah, and those that don't know, when he was looking for kids at places where they're supposed to be, they're trying to call him a pedo. I mean, so they're trying all kinds of stuff. Oh my God. Ridiculous.
Not finding them, are you?
No, they're not even there. Then if you do ask them the questions, I'm open to having a conversation with anybody. And that's what I do. That's why I go to these locations. I ask them, where are the kids? Or what's the need for all this money for hospice? Where are you guys billing your patients? They can't even answer the questions. If they had nothing to hide, they would just simply answer the questions. Instead, they start deflecting, yelling. They ran away in their cars, hopped in the M8 and just drove right out of the hospice care. And they just can't even answer the simple questions because they know they're committing the fraud.
I have a prediction. You might as well book your ticket. You're going to be testifying on Capitol Hill again. Nick Shirley, thanks for sharing this with us. Hey.
So, I wanted you to see that because I know, like I said, we're busy, and I don't know if any of you knew he had been, about the situation in California. Yeah, he said it's even worse in California than it is in Minnesota. And we know how bad it is in Minnesota. Ms. Rowland, if anyone in the Black community finds out any illegals are living there, ICE should be called and get them out. Yeah, Robert. Oh, yeah. So I wanted to show that to you. And I also wanted to show you, any of you who still have not done your taxes, please be careful. I have a video, since we're talking about fraud and scams, I wanted to share this with you because, well, I don't want anyone to be scammed. And this couple, this happened, this was on the news, and I said, anytime I say this is in scam, Atlanta is kind of scammy too. So this happened, I think, in Atlanta, Georgia, but I wanted to share it with you just in case you still have not had your taxes done. Be careful with the tax preparer that you choose. Let me show you. because I ran across this video. Anytime I find something that may help you, hey, I share it. MAGA, I think the Democrats withholding TSA's pay and ICE going in is actually going to benefit. Yes, MAGA. And my preferred way to travel if I'm using public transportation is flying, but there is no way I would fly with the current situation. No way. My girls. Yes, it is a snatch and grab. Yes. All right. So watch this. This happened to this couple, and now they're on the hook for thousands of dollars with the IRS. I ran across this video, and again, I wanted to share it with you to make you aware of the scam.
Action News investigates falsifying documents and, in some cases, never filing returns at all. Just some of the allegations taxpayers in one metro Atlanta community are making against a local tax preparer.
And they reached out to Channel 2 investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln and told her they now owe thousands of dollars to state and federal agencies because of it.
I checked with the federal government and learned the company doesn't appear to have the proper credentials on file.
Let me stop it there. So if you're going to hire someone I do my own taxes. It's too easy. TurboTax, I sit here on my desktop. It's too easy. But if you're going to hire someone, like I said, when I watched this, I was like, whoa. Make sure you check to make sure they have the proper credentials on file with the IRS. Okay, if they don't, run. All right, here we go.
Something these customers say they wish they would have known before trusting this business with their money.
That's evil. That's wicked.
It's very sad, and it also hurts my trust in small businesses.
Yeah, because we're always told to support small businesses. And if you're Black American, you're always told support Black businesses. Well, these people supported a Black business that was bogus. And now they're on the hook for thousands of dollars with the IRS. So, right, Nemo, we're always told that. No. Where are your credentials? I don't care what color you are. I have a service that I'm looking for, and I need someone who is legitimate, who's not going to scam me out of my hard-earned money. So let's continue.
Taxpayers say they question the credibility of Whitland Tax Service, owned by Jahia King.
Now, you see the video. This lady is one of the. She and her husband in Atlanta. They own the business, and she's on TikTok, smiling, talking about her wonderful lifestyle.
We go to a tax.
Now, this is the lady who was scammed.
Tax preparer. We're asking you to do things on our behalf.
Channel 2 first reported on complaints last year after Donna Hines says she paid $15,000 for her 93-year-old mother's taxes.
Every month she would have $1,000 withdrawn from my account.
Hines filed this police report alleging that money went directly to King and her husband.
These are the culprits. If you see their name, if you're living in that area, run. Don't walk away from these people. Nemo said I wouldn't trust that hash. Yeah, these are the culprits. Okay, let me continue.
And not the IRS. I sat down with her again last month. Her mother has since passed away, but Hines says she's still fighting to clear thousands in tax debt for returns she says was never filed.
So they took her money and then they never filed her tax returns. What the heck? Whew.
If I had paid it on time, it would have been about $6,500. It is now $28,000.
I went back to her to do 2024.
So this lady right here who was scammed, she's in silhouette because I guess she's ashamed of what happened to her. Descendants of greatness. You're right. You're right. That's going on too.
Customer asked not to be identified for safety reasons. She says King told her tax returns from 2020, 2021, and 2022 needed to be corrected, promising a large refund.
So collectively, it would probably be about almost $40,000.
Does that sound realistic to you?
It didn't.
She says letters from the IRS started arriving with warnings of incomplete filings.
They are submitted, but they're not complete.
She hired a certified tax professional who discovered falsified COVID tax credits on her return. She says when she asked to receive her returns, they were heavily redacted.
She said, like, my amended returns are like the Epstein files, so much redacted information.
When I checked the IRS database, neither King nor her husband appeared to have a prepared tax identification number, a federal requirement for tax businesses.
P-10s are issued by the IRS to tax preparers every year.
Tax expert Shauna Pope.
A legitimate tax preparer is going to review your files, review your income, ask questions, and not make any personal guarantees or promises.
Customers say they can never reach King to question her, often told she's out of the office because she's sick, a claim they don't believe based on King's social media.
Generational wealth, that's all I'm going to tell y'all.
Workers gave me that same explanation in 2025.
She's on TikTok bragging about generational wealth. Yeah, ma'am, for you and your children, your family. What about the people that you are scamming? I don't understand how people think they can do this and not feel the repercussions. Oh my God. Yes, Nemo, she's sick. Nemo, yeah, that's pure evil. And that poor woman's on the hook for $28,000. Give me a break.
Are you guys saying no comment?
Hold on, please.
Okay. When I called this month, it was more of the same.
So they keep, every time you call the number, she's in the hospital, she's sick. We know that woman is in the house. Come on, quit playing.
So we went to her home. King started speaking to me through her home surveillance system as other family members arrived.
Just stay right there, though.
We will. I thought she was in the hospital.
I'll tell you what you need to do. Yo, you need to leave the street.
King's husband arrived, but didn't want to speak on camera and denied all allegations.
As you know, when the IRS comes after their money, their penalties, etc., they come to the taxpayer, not the tax preparer.
You're lying to the government. We have to sign off on what your lie is.
And Pope says before hiring a tax preparer, customers should verify credentials, confirm the preparer's P-10, avoid ghost preparers, and carefully review their return before signing. Now, the Kings deny all allegations. We did find there's one active investigation with South Fulton Police for theft by deception claims. We've also reached out to the IRS, which confirmed it's reviewing these allegations.
So again, anytime I run across something, folks, that I think, I want to make sure that everyone is aware of, my girls, stolen generational wealth. And let me say this. I have a former student. I'm going to pull up her website to show you. And as I said earlier, we as Black Americans are always told, you know what we're always told, support Black business. Nemo, tell me what that one word is. And this is what I say. I'm going to go. First of all, I work hard for my money and I do not want to be scammed. Let me show you a former student because I still keep in contact. Yes, Nemo, I keep in contact with many of my former students. Let me take this down. All right. And here's a former student who's doing very well. She has her own dog grooming business. She's in Charlotte, North Carolina. Whitney's Widow Wonders. She graduated back, 2008 or 9. So it's been a while. And I still give her advice. And Beverly, how you doing, love? And again, for people who are not Black American, let me say this, because you may not know this, I'll tell you. We are always told, support Black business. You know it's harder for Black businesses to make it. Well, many times when we try to do that, we get burned. Not saying that you're not burned by other businesses as well, but I'm saying we can't let that be the only factor for us supporting a business. Now, I'm just showing you this. This is her dog grooming business, and I just wanted to I wanted to show you. And let me show you Whitney. She's doing very well. She grooms. That's Whitney right there. And she grooms, since she's there in Charlotte. I think we have a professional basketball team, a professional football team. She grooms the dogs of the players, the Panther players, I don't know what the basketball team is because I don't look at that crap. Nemo, yes, I am telling the truth. And she spoke to my students a couple of weeks ago, and she told me about a problem she has. She hired this young black girl. I mean, she has black, white. I said, look, she told me the young lady, she just hired her. She wasn't coming to work. And I'm very point blank. I don't mince words. I said, look, I digress. The girl was on her phone. I said, Whitney, I said, you fire her right now. I said, look, this is your business. And she has, if you go on Google and look at her reviews, excellent reviews. I said, this girl could care less. Yes, Nemo. This girl could care less. That's your name. I said, you fire her. And she was Miss Seaman. I was just trying. I said, look, stop it. You can't help everyone. But see, that mindset, now you heard what Nemo said. I'm telling the truth. But those who aren't Black Americans may not know this. That's why I'm telling you now. She's trying to, Black people who make it are made to feel guilty if they don't turn around and help other Black people. I'm not helping you, and then I'm going to suffer or lose my business. I'm not. Okay? So I told her point blank, I said, look, you fire her right now. She did. And get someone in there, I don't care what color, who is going to do the job and who's not going to be on their phone. And she did. Okay? So I thought about that because, again, we as Black Americans are often told, you have to support Black. Look at that lady that was supporting Black. Now she owes the IRS $28,000. I can share many other examples with you, but that's just one. And then again, I talked to my former student here who's doing well. And I told her, fire that girl. And she still listens to me. I don't care that she's Black. I said, since she could not stay off her phone, she can spend all the time she wants on her phone because she won't have a job to go to. Boom. Yes, Nemo. I could go on and on and on. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And Whitney, she has Black people, she has white, but I told her, No. Don't do it. My girls is agreeing with all the Black people in the chat are agreeing with me. We are told from day one. That's all we're told. Support Black businesses. They are struggling. Forget that. I'm not, look, if you're for the right thing and you're going to do the right thing, that's one thing, but no. Like I said, she has a booming business. And I told her, it's all on you. She teaches classes on dog grooming, and people, get, she gives them certificates. She's doing very well, and I'm proud of her. Yes, Nemo. I don't care what color you are. Can you do the job? Can you perform the services that I need? And if you're Black, I'm not just looking at your color. Competence, that's the key. So I wanted to share that with you. And yeah, I forgot, one of you brought this up, crossing the Selma Bridge. Yeah, the all these immigrants, they were out there. They looked like just complete idiots. Immigrants from Minnesota, they have hijacked the Selma, you remember the Selma, Alabama march. Now they had their own march a couple of days ago. I'm like, give me a break. I can't with these people. So they did that. And if this wasn't an insulting display, and again, I just want all of at this point, I just want all of these people gone. Let me show you. I just want to show you some of, and it's all over TikTok. One of you brought it up, so that's why I'm going to play it for you now. I just want you to see these morons out here. All right, let me make sure everyone can see. All right, I am queuing it up for you now. Oh my God, these people.
To us and now. This is our moment because our time has come to defend our rights. This is one step in that great legacy. Let's march with solemnity. Keep hope alive! 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 Keep hope alive!
Yeah, I'm keeping the hope alive that you're all going to be deported back to your own countries. How you doing, Layla? Roland, thank you. This is where I get my new. Layla, we're glad you're here. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Maga, let me respond to your comment. Dorian, I'm confused on that one. Is everyone allowed to go to HBCUs? If so, that Maga, if you look at the HBCU enrolled, yes, they're white people, Hispanic, everyone's allowed. And I tell my white students to go to HBCUs. My white students, you know, if their parents don't have money for them to, didn't save money, you know, for whatever reason for them to go to a college, they get to go as a minority. I say do that instead of going to, say, Carolina or Duke University and going in a lot of debt. Save money. So yeah, everyone's allowed. Oh yeah. And some HBCUs, there are more white people or almost as many white people as there are black. So yes, Nemo. How you doing, Trish? Imagine if these people use this same energy to actually pick up trash, help the elderly. Nemo, I wish they would use this same energy to go back home. That would be the best. So I got to speak to Layla, and Trish is here. I hope you ladies are having a nice Sunday. I am, because I am spending it here with my YouTube family, and I love that. So yeah, let you listen to some more of this crap.
Keep hope alive! Keep hope alive! Keep hope alive! Keep hope alive! Se siente, Minnesota está presente. Se ve, se siente, Minnesota está presente. Se siente, Minnesota está presente. Se ve, se siente, Minnesota está presente.
Now, yeah, you see they had it. They have stolen Jesse Jackson's "I Am Somebody" slogan. They have a Jesse Jackson poster. No American flag in sight. No American flag. All you see are Somali flags and flags from other countries. I have a serious problem with this. Okay? Whites go to HBCUs for scholarships, yeah, for sports, and again, they are considered minorities. So again, they get to go, you know, for free or greatly discounted. I would never associate with these types of people. Nemo, me neither. Trish, they don't have an original bone in their tired bodies. Dorian, the socialist movement. Yes. The residents in Selma need to call Robert. We need the Supreme Court to hurry and rule on birthright citizenship so we can get the illegals and anchors out now. Descendants of greatness. Boom. I'm ready for these people to go. And again, no American flag in sight. That's not right.
Somebody! 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 Oh, deep in my heart,
can't with these people. So you see, they have hijacked the civil rights movement and their slogans and their songs with the people who are carrying foreign flags. So again, Tijuana, send them back to the countries. Send them back to the countries with the flags they're carrying that they're representing. Send them back there, please. That's where they need to go. I'm done. I cannot with these people, okay? I had one more clip to show you, and then we're done. And as you can see, if you've been here, we've already talked about Ilhan Omar. But you know me, I'll get off on another subject matter because there's another black preacher that I wanted to share with you. Oh my God. And I wanted you to hear this. And all those Minnesota flags, I cannot with these people. All right, hold on. And I wanted to show you there's a black GI that was talking about, he was saying what we said. Now he used the F-bomb, but let me show you what this young man, he's in the army. Gung-ho army, and he's telling people, you don't like America, get the out. I don't use that type of language, but I want you to see this and listen to what he has to say.
Hey, I don't know who need to hear this. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people be talking shit about America. Hey, if you don't like America, go to another country, bitch. I love this country. I'll protect this bitch.
Good for you. Good for you. Drayton, good for you. Is it a private or a specialist? It's a private. Well, I'm glad you love him.
Yeah, so this guy, you see, he's Black American. Oh my God. There were so many Black Americans that attacked him. Why are you going to fight for this? I mean, they said some pretty horrible things, but I'm to that point. If you don't like it, just get out. I don't. Why are you waving all of these foreign flags? To me, that's utterly disrespectful. That's not acceptable. So because he was saying, I'll defend America. If you don't like it, get the you-know-what out. And boy, they attacked him. So let me show you one more video. And those of you who are here with us now, again, let me see. I know the views are down. I don't know. Every time the channel starts growing, YouTube does something to the logarithm. So I'm still going to be here, and it is what it is. It's their platform, and so they are, and like I said, I'm noticing it's all over. So let me find this where's this preacher that I was watching? Oh, I've got to show you. And he was just breaking it down. And basically, he was saying a lot of the things that we've said. And people don't want to hear the truth. But he calls out the Democrats. And I've watched some of his videos before. Oh my God, where is it? Woo. I have got to find that video. Don't leave. Give me a minute. I need to find that. He called those Democrats out. He always does. And I love it. And the more that we have people to call it out, the better. We still need to have the Democrats. They're still infighting. They're still eating each other. I love it. Where is it? I look at so many videos when I am preparing for a live. As I said, I know I don't have as many. Hold on, let me check. I know I don't have as many lives as I used to, but I'm still here. So, but yeah, I watched this and I said, oh my God. Oh, folks, don't forget. I hope you're aware that Chuck Norris passed away. Is everyone aware of that? You know, the Democrats, anytime a conservative passes, oh my God. Let me do this. Let me switch accounts because I need to find this. Yeah, anytime that a conservative passes, the Democrats just go on. I can't find it now. Oh well. The Democrats go on. Here we go. Social media, and they lambast them and just say all kinds of horrible things. So whatever. I'll have to find that for you. Of course, when you're looking for something, you can't find it. But I will find that for you because that's something I wanted you to see. This, oh, here it is. And we've said this, I want to share this with you before we leave. We've said this many, many times. Racism is big business. That's why we say the race hustlers, they stay busy. Our country's paying the price for all the evil going on. God will let the people stray and let the cards fall where they may. The rain falls on the just and unjust. And just pray for America. All these people who are waving all these foreign flags need to go. I don't care if they go and fix their own country. I don't care where. I just want them. That's not right. They're doing things here that they cannot do in their own countries. Get the heck out of here. Facts on racism. It's a cottage industry business, Nemo. Yes. And this preacher, I've watched him before, and they don't like what he says, but it's true. Let me cue this up. We're going to watch this, and then we are done. All right. Racism is big business. We've said that several times. Look at all the race hustlers, Al Sharptongue and the rest of these people. When we found out the Curry Queen spent what, 1.2 billion? Okay. And we found out all the people that have received all those big checks, Black Americans attacking him, they should be praising him. Right, Robert? They're like, why would you fight for this country? They hate you. They're racist. All these horrible things. So, yes, Nemo. Yes. Yes, this guy calls it like it is, too. So let's see what he has to say.
Share a couple of things with you, and I pray not to offend you in any way. Of course, I'm not trying to miss telling you the truth. But I've been established by Almighty God. His name is Jesus. He is King of Kings. He is Lord of Lords. He's the only one and true God. Everybody else is a false and imposter and liar. Jesus is Lord, and he has established me. He's called me, rather, to establish his return to planet Earth, and he'll be returning to the community.
Nemo, yes. Remember when how you doing, Vicky? Hit the like button, please. He was calling out Obama, even Jesse Jackson, RIP. He called him out, and all the people who called him out at that time, people thought that Obama was the next coming of Christ, and any white person, any black person that said anything against Obama, OMG, they attacked you. Oh my God. Oh my God. So let's watch this.
Formerly known as Harlem, but God has changed the name of this community to Atla. I want to tell you about my love, first of all, for Harlem, for its landscape geographically. I want to tell you about the former people that were once members of this community.
And he tells, like I said, you know what we say about the Democrats and everything they've done to destroy Black America. This guy, Nemo knows this guy's been talking about this. The Black community should be screaming to get these illegals out of here. Yes, Robert.
And Black people in general, they are known as Hamites. My love for them as well. Now, I love all of God's people, and I love America. God knows I love America. I will give my life.
They get mad because he's Black and he says that he loves America. They don't like that either. Oh.
Lay down my life for America. I'll lay down my life for a white man.
And now you know they don't like that. He said he would lay down his life for this country. He would lay down his life for a white man. Oh my, yeah, they attacked this guy. You know that you can imagine some of the words they call him.
And I'll lay down my life for a Jew. I will lay my life down for America and for Americans. But I love black people, and I have been sent with the bitter truth to tell them, as John Gospel chapter 8, verse 32 says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And the freedom I want to tell you about is that black people gave up nearly $1 trillion, if not $1 trillion in equity and in worth when they allowed themselves to become racists and race promoters and using racism as a cottage industry.
Have we not been, okay, Baldwin Birds, Dorian, Tina, Greg, Nemo, My Girls, who else has been here for a while? Oh my, Tijuana. Have we not been saying this? These race hustlers are professionals. They get big checks to keep us on the Democratic plantation. That's all it is. It's evil. Oh my God.
The Germans have long since been great at making automobiles. Everybody loves the Benz, Mercedes-Benz. Everybody loves the BMW. The Japanese got involved, then it started making those, if you will, Lexus automobiles and a bunch of others, along with Samsung televisions. And it's a great industry of making and building. And the Italians have made suits and shoes and meals that were just delectable and a world class. Black people, after Reconstruction, coming out of slavery, having been learned to read the Bible, love Jesus, get baptized in the Holy Ghost, being released from slavery, began to be entrepreneurs, engineers, builders. Some of the great black colleges such as Morehouse, Spelman, if you will, Howard University, Tuskegee Institute, as we know, and became great businessmen like the Fuller salesman, the Madam C. Walker, if you will, hair products, and the Freedom National Bank, the Carver National Bank, building great institutions. And then came Dr. Martin Luther King and the Montgomery bus boycott, and later the March on Washington. And black people realized that racism paid more money than sports.
Okay, so according to this preacher, that's when they realized, okay. And then now, if you weren't here yesterday, you need to check out the video we did yesterday with Jamal Bryant shaking down Target and all of these race hustlers. Jesse Jackson did it too. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Ben Crumb, grabbing these Fortune 500 companies by the cojones, squeezing them so tight until they get a check. All right, it's big business, folks.
That you can make more money as a racist politician or racist preacher or racist leader than Jackie Robinson can make playing for the Brooklyn Dodgers at Empire Field. No. So black people then change gears, put down all of their skills of being able to make the world go round, and became racist. One of the richest people in America today is one of the best racists, black racists, and that's Al Sharpton.
Okay, now those that don't know, now I told you, Al Sharpton, he was a big guy back in the day. Now the only thing big on him is his big head. I don't know if he had gastric bypass surgery. I don't know, but back in the 80s and 90s, he was a big dude. Yes, Tina. But yeah, Al Sharpton is the primary race hustler. He's perfected it.
By racist, I mean simply blaming white people for everything that's wrong with black people. You're probably not going to like this very much, and many people of great ignorance will argue against it because they don't know and they're not willing to get that $1 trillion that belongs to black people back in the pockets of black people. But Thurgood Marshall did us no good service, when he allowed black schools and black children to integrate with white children, separate but equal, Plessy versus Ferguson, and was able to convince the Supreme Court to open up all schools that are white to black students. When even in South Carolina, they were prepared to offer millions of dollars to build beautiful black schools and let black people learn. And white students that didn't have to not fight together in the army or sleep in the same bunks or fight in the same foxhole, but for the education, elementary education. And to some degree, that Archie Bunker and all in the family said, like, let black people stay in their own neighborhoods where they understand each other. They understand why they play loud music. They understand why they have rent parties. Don't move them to the white communities where that kind of behavior is foreign to them. And a lot of the white communities' behavior is foreign to black people. And rather than having these two communities go at juggernauts with one another, let black people stay in their community and white people stay in their community. Now, let me tell you about Harlem. Harlem, I've traveled the world. Unfortunately, I did robberies on Miami Beach. I don't know how much you know about Miami Beach, but it's a dredged up beach. It's not a natural beach like Cancun or Acapulco. It's a dredged up beach where they actually dredged the beach and made it so it would be above the water level. And then in between the city of Miami and Miami Beach, they've got what is known as Biscayne Bay, where they allowed some waterway to take place. But going back years ago, I think an acre of land would cost you as much, or a foot of land would cost you as much as $100,000 for a foot of land in Miami Beach. That's how precious the land was. And people that lived on Miami Beach lived in exclusive housing, some of the richest land mass area on planet Earth is Miami Beach, and still remains. Miami Beach, a great land. And then you got Bel Air, you've got Van Nuys, you've got Beverly Hills in California, and other various, if you will, expensive places to live in. And I've traveled there. I've traveled to France. I've walked along the Champs-Élysées. I've spent nights on the Champs-Élysées. I've eaten at the restaurants in the Champs-Élysées. Over in Paris, France. I've been to Italy. I've walked along the Trevi Fountain. I've dipped my feet in the Trevi Fountain. I've walked and I've stand in the Colosseum. I've traveled to Beijing, to the Forbidden City. I've walked among the Forbidden City. I've been to the Great Wall of China. I've been to all those places numerous times. Have I been to all the so-called, if you will, exclusive lands on planet Earth? But let me tell you, will you listen to me? There is not another parcel of land on the planet that is beautiful and precious as Allah is. Now, going back before the civil rights era, black people lived in Harlem. It was beautiful. You could get on a bus and in 15 minutes you'd be at LaGuardia Airport. You could step out of your house, your brownstone that had a fireplace in the bedroom on the 3rd floor. All of these buildings, these brownstones, had fireplaces on the 1st floor, fireplaces in the parlor floor, fireplaces in the bedroom, and a backyard of 30 and 40 feet. You could living in these brownstones and step outside of one of these brownstones and within 2 blocks be within public transportation. That's how beautiful Harlem was. I was at a business meeting at JP Morgan Chase Bank with some of their executives going back several years ago, and we were talking economics during the Obama years.
And you know how he feels about Obama. Nemo has it right. He was talking about Obama forever, and people did not want to listen to what he was saying.
And I asked him, could they give me an estimate of what the net worth of Harlem was from 110th Street all the way up to 155th Street from river to river? What the property values, what the tenement buildings with the fireplaces and the 10 feet ceilings and the 20 to 30 foot size rooms, what all those buildings collectively would be worth, and then how much taxes were collected in Harlem from bodegas, from small stores, from restaurants, from businesses, insurance companies, from law offices, of the businesses that were in Harlem. And how much revenue was produced by, if you will, sales tax or real tax or property tax. What was the total worth, the annual GDP of Harlem as a private entity? And then what the total worth of Harlem as its equity of all this property, of all its buildings in its heyday. And nobody was able to give me an estimate. Now, I didn't include Fort Greene, and I didn't include Bed-Stuy. Bed-Stuy is also beautiful. Sumter, Putnam, Madison, Greene, Gates Avenue, Franklin, Clawson, Lafayette, St. James, Washington, Claremont, Delphi, all of that, beautiful. And then now they've developed Atlantic Avenue from the Barclays Center all the way up as far up as Washington Avenue has been redeveloped with high-rise apartments. Now they've taken out the old train station. We're talking over $1 trillion that were it not for Al Sharpton, David Dinkins, and Jay-Z would be in the pocket. And of course, the advent of racism as a cottage industry. Over $1 trillion would be in the pockets of some 1.5 to 2 million Black people living in New York today.
Kept listening to those Democrats, and so that's why they don't have that $1 trillion in their pockets. He's telling it, Baldwin. You're right. He's the truth.
And Obama comes along later. Charles Rangel, if you were Percy Sutton, and Basil Patterson, and a bunch of others.
So they put these people here. Hey, look, Democratic Party. Hey, we believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion. They put a Black face in a high place. They've been doing this, folks. They're not changing their strategy because it has worked. And look at what you keep voting for your own demise. Yes, Dorian, LeBron James. Oh my God. Oh.
Who didn't understand that they had billions of dollars of equity and property in their hands, traded it in for racism and racist politics. So I wanted to be able to say that most people are completely ignorant. All Black people are the most racist people that you will ever see or will ever meet.
Now, this is coming from a Black man. He's saying Black people are some of the most racist people. Now, we've seen a lot of videos recently where people are spewing their vitriol and
in hell or high water. And the reason being is because racism pays money. Racism pays more money than being a shoe shine boy. Racism pays more money than picking cotton in Texas. Racism for Black people paid more money than sports with Jackie Robinson, Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell. Racism pays money. And they saw that racism also gets you on television, gets you in the newspaper, gets you a famous name like Dr. King or like Malcolm X.
So they started a whole career on racism. Yeah, he's not lying.
And Elijah Muhammad realized, why not take racism to its nth degree? Make God Black. Make the first man Black. Just tell the lie. And they started telling lies that God is Black. The first man was the Black man. That lasted for a while. Then some other lies came along, which said not only is Black people the first man, but the Black people are the original Jews. The Jews that you read about in the Bible, they're the Black people. Black people are the original Jews, and God is Black. And then they went on from there because racism pays racism. The Black Muslims, the Black Jews are some of the biggest blasphemers, lies, posts, lies, sores. The ugliest thing that have ever come out the mouth of a human being is the word Black Jew and Black Muslim. Two of the ugliest words, the most blasphemous, the biggest sins that have ever been committed is to say Black Jew and Black Muslim. And then, of course, now to take the cake, they're saying that Jesus is Black. Black people turned in $1 trillion of value of equity of owning these properties and businesses in Harlem, Bed-Stuy, and Fort Greene. to become racist. And their king of racism is Al Sharpton.
And how many times have we said that? I told you, he's perfected the art. He may as well hold a clinic for all of the other future race hustlers because he has it perfected. Yeah.
Very rich man. Al Sharpton.
Yeah, his net worth, he's a millionaire. He is.
Doesn't manufacture cars, television, doesn't run a bakery or chain of restaurants. Al Sharpton runs a chain of racism, and he has perfected it, and he is their leader. But me, God has sent me to bring this truth.
All right, that's pretty much all. The video is done. Yeah, I wanted to share that with you because he said what we've been saying on this channel. Yeah. What are your thoughts on if you agree with what that man just said, type a 1 in the comment section. I agree. Right, Dorian? Jesus loves everyone. And we're pretty much done, but I wanted to share that. I ran across that video and I was like, I want to share that. And don't forget to check out my shorts. And yeah, I'll be live for, I'm still live Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, but I'm doing shorts every other day. And I told you why. Every time the channel starts gaining momentum, YouTube changes the logarithm, so I don't know what they're doing. Thank you, Baldwin. All right, we're done. Those of you who have to go to work tomorrow, like I do, thank you, Roland, in chat. Yeah, Nemo, you have a wonderful week too. Nemo, I'll be back Friday. Make sure, folks, that you're checking out the shorts. Make sure you're hitting the like button on the shorts as well. I appreciate your support. Continue to share the channel as well. I'm coming to talk to all of you right now in the comment section.